Hi. Hello. Hi. 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 Hello. Hello. Whoa. 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 Hi. Hello. It's me, the local virtual of the bakers, Salty
Bread.
Kichi, bread, bread time, bread time, bread time, bread time. Hi. Hello. It's me, the local virtual baker, Salty Kichi. And wow. Let me tell you, I have no idea what to do for today, but boy howdy, am I gonna try and do something. Hi, Q. Hello. Oh my God, I can't believe it. It's the Q on my in my Twitch chat. Oh, YouTube chat. Oh, hello. Wow, 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 wow. Hello there, Soren. Hello there, Eldritch, and hi there. Flavorship was there for a moment, but yeah. Hi, Q. Are we gonna have another mod chat? That'd be funny. Hello. Wow. Today is gonna be fun. Why am I trying to be so robotic? Ugh. Sorry, the NPC nature is taking over right now. I just gotta hit myself over my head a bit more than usual. Okay, I'm back. Hi, I'm back. I think I'm back. That's the tea. Alright, so today is gonna be the first no mod chat today. Well, no, good. I don't. Good. No mod chat. We have chat today. So good. Good. And so, anyways, today, only today, never tomorrow, never again for I don't know how long. We're gonna be baking, but I'm going to actually be explaining things with a bit more finer detail. Yeah, remember like on my re-debut stream that I said I wanted to try to do because I want to try and teach baking? Remember when I said that? You don't? Well, we are. So much so, I want to teach you all so badly today that I actually have decided to go out my own way. That is not the right screen. Hold on. I'm going to show you how to bake bread, the basics, the 101s. Wow. Yeah, I'm going with bread baking today. I'm showing you how to basically bake bread. But you know how it's like some people are professional with, a good slideshow, professionalism, and all this and that. I didn't learn how to bake that way. I learned how to bake through brute force. Just brute force. I did not learn from like a class or like, I don't know, classes, any of that stuff. I did not learn how to do that any of that way. So you're gonna learn the exact same way how I did. And how that way I did learn, the way that I learned, the way was with minimal effort, Google searches, and stuff like that. Hi Atlas, hello. I'm showing you all how to bake today, so wow, look at this. It's the first thing. Bread 101, gluten kneading, and is it important? Because you know what? I think one of the most things that people are very one of the things that people are very intimidated by when it comes to baking is the kneading, because a lot of people don't like putting in effort, and I'm not gonna lie, me too. I don't like putting in effort sometimes. Effort is too much sometimes. Like, have you seen my streams before? Putting in effort is a lot. Putting in effort is hard. So, I'm going to show you how I make bread in the most simplistic way manners. And also, because I'm a content creator, I'm going to make sure I show this all off within specific streams, so you keep coming back and watching more. Alright. So, yeah, kneading and gluten development. Is it important? Is it something that you need to know? Well, here, let me give you the professional answer and really just show you the thing I ripped. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. You're supposed to see this. It's the professional answer of what is gluten development for that I found on on a quick Google search. So yeah, the point of kneading is to help strengthen the gluten in bread. Gluten is what gives your bread its structure and texture. Gluten is not strong enough a result from under-kneaded bread dough, where gluten is too tight and results from kneading dough. So essentially what this says is that all that fancy stuff, you don't really need to worry too much, other than it, like, gluten makes more kneading makes gluten. But here's the funny thing about that, is that that's not always true. But let's get to the other answer, which is my answer. This is the unprofessional answer, and not time to. And I should have put this in Comic Sans. Now I think about it, it makes a really good presentation if it was in Comic Sans. But you need to develop gluten to make good structure. With good structure, you get good bread. That's all you need to know. I'm dumbing this down not just for the sake of you, but I'm dumbing this down because I'm bad at explaining things. So are you ready? It's time to learn. With visuals, of course. Oh, and Mother Fluffer. Yeah, that's it. That was my super cool, very intuitive slideshow. So I hope you're ready now. Getting ready with this thing. Because now, oh wait, you're not supposed to see that one. Okay. So, you want to learn how to bake, you say? You want to learn the basic 101s when it comes to baking? Well, hold on. I actually have something real fun, too. Okay, hold on. Oh, I just realized. This wasn't done yet. It seems a bit more scuffed. I just realized I forgot to take. Well, at the very least, there is one definite upgrade, perhaps, maybe, somewhat, I'm not sure. There is a potential upgrade that I did, and that is simply moving my mic in a more opportune spot. So we no longer have to sacrifice mic quality for us baking. The quantity over quality ordeal has been fixed. Kind of. I mean, I don't think you can probably hear me as well as I'd like you to hear me, but at least now you can hear me in a somewhat moderate amount of quality. Hold on, wait. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hold on, I didn't realize my tablet's dead. Well, that's not dead. Oh, it's in airplane mode. So, yeah. I didn't really move things around. I forgot I'm baking today. Oh jeez, I forgot I was baking today. I'm very smart. I'm very good at this ordeal. I've been streaming for 2 years. Hold on. Hi, Salmon. I just noticed you in chat. Hello. Hello. Welcome in. Come on, stop being difficult. Okay, there we go. That should be good. We should be so back now. Alright. There we go. So we are actually doing baking today, and I think that, in my opinion, it's better to show off how to bake with good visuals. So I have some moderately okay visuals, that being 3 kinds of things of the 3 exact thing. It's bread, the same measurements, but we're gonna knead them in 3 different ways, because you know how, like, there's a traditional way of kneading, and then there's not kneading, and then there's another way of kneading that not many people do that very often? Because I actually don't know if people do this or not. However, I want to show you 3 ways of how I like to knead bread. when I don't use my mixer, of course. When I use my mixer, I don't really worry about it that much. But with kneading bread, there's 3 ways you can do it, which is not kneading, kneading, and then doing folds. So we're gonna do the hardest one first, which is the normal way of kneading. Very simple, as you may or may not know. It's you put bread together and then you push, and then you shape it again and push. I don't think this is something that needs to be explained. It's like very straightforward. So much so that I really don't want to do it, but I have to do it anyways. So actually, all this stuff measured out here is measured to the same amount. It's a very simple bread, nothing crazy about it. It's only like 100 grams of flour, 2 grams of yeast, 2 grams of salt, and then 75 grams of water. You don't really need much to make good bread, honestly. But yeah, I'm just gonna mix this together until it gets into a nice little dough. Put it down here. And yeah, kneading, it's like, wow. You can hear me, right? I'm just having a little bit of a worrying feeling now, like, maybe you can hear me, right? Do I have to speak louder? Do you hear me at all? I'm gonna assume that, okay, yes, thank you, Salmon. So, yeah, there's like a few ways to knead. I also gotta roll my sleeves up because it's constantly wanting to come down. Stop. Okay, so kneading. You know, it's kind of simple. Since it's so small, I don't really have to do kneading in the sense of like, oh, I gotta use both hands. I mean, I very much can, but I don't really need to. But like, yeah, just kind of pushing it down, developing gluten in that sense, like, it's not hard. Especially when it's small like this. It's a little bit more different when it's a bit more of a, what is it? When it's a bit bigger. But I'm doing this for the sake of not wasting too much bread, too much flour. Which is a funny thing to say, because like, if I use like only 100 grams of flour, I buy it by like the pound of 50. So when I buy it in the pounds of 50, it's like $25. But then trying to convert that to grams is quite crazy, because then it's like apparently like 1/8 of a cent. So I have to try and figure that out. Oh, I gotta move my coat a little, my cardigan thing. My little, What was I talking about? Oh yeah, pricing. So the amount of flour I'm using is barely a penny, but still it's like, oh man, I'm wasting flour, and I'd rather not waste such. Anyways, let's get back to it. Oh wow, look, kneading. You fold it upon itself, push forward, fold, push, It's very simple. Like, I don't know how to explain kneading, because it's like, it's very straightforward, you know? Especially when you can do it with one hand too, it's very nice. But now it's like the question of like, okay, we're getting to a ball at this point, and some would say that this is not kneaded enough. You see, I'm gonna go out and tell you a secret here. You don't go off by visuals like that. You go by visuals by doing something called the window pane test. It's very simple, but if you get it into a ball and then try to make a stretch here, you can try and see if you can make a window pane or is like see through it. I'm trying to make a window pane right now, but it's kind of stretching out and tearing. So we gotta do a little more. It's nice that I'm actually using a small dough, because actually the smaller the dough usually is, the easier it is to actually develop gluten. Which is another thing why this is also being a little bit easier if I were to not. If I were to use a bigger dough recipe. And there's also other things that you have to take into account when you knead bread. Sometimes if you're kneading, like, let's say, a brioche, that's gonna be a little bit different than kneading something like this, which is more of a lean bread. With a brioche bread, there's gonna be so much fat, oil, sugar, and it's gonna make the dough a lot more wet, a lot more sticky, and it might not even be able to spread that easily too. So the whole bucket of things you gotta worry about in that regard. we're getting there at this point. I'm gonna do a quick window pane. Nope. Yeah. Man, you know, I always kind of think about doing stuff like this. Like, I really have been trying to wonder about how do you actually do an educational stream. I don't know, how do you do an educational stream? I know it's like really funny for me to talk about that since I'm trying to do the education, but like, there's a lot of times to when you're baking or cooking or I guess educating someone to where it's like, there's a point to where you don't really say anything. Like at my job, we have new hires here and there coming into our workplace and we're gonna show them stuff. But then there's like, you know, we have to show them, but when we show them something, we can't constantly talk because sometimes we need to focus on something, or like there's nothing to really comment on. Like right now, there's not really anything to comment on. It's just like I'm pushing the dough into my workspace here until I get enough gluten development to say that, okay, we're good. Okay, well, we're looking pretty good here, but I'm gonna do another window pane here, and it's actually still tearing. But here's the funny thing. We're not gonna knead anymore, because actually, I can kind of feel this dough. It's like bouncy, almost. But the thing about gluten development is that if you can actually overwork your breads, like right now, this is fully developed. This is good. We do not need to work on this anymore. So we just throw that in there for now. And we're gonna let that proof. And you're gonna understand what I mean by that. Alright. So now, the next way of kneading, there is another way of doing it. I wanna get a bowl for this one. So flour in the bowl first, and then we're gonna make a little well, and then throw our yeasty water in. Alright, so this one's a little bit pretty much the same. But let's say you don't feel like working on a workspace here. You can actually just get the dough into a little bit of a cohesive ball. And in a way, you are kind of just kneading into the bowl, but you essentially do like folds, you like slap it down and fold it upon itself. Slap it down and do folds like that. This does work a little bit better to, let's say, when the dough is a lot more wet. So it's gonna work a lot better, a lot more effectively when you do more wet breads, like a ciabatta bread, or heck, maybe even sourdough to a point. But with this kind of bread, it's fairly dry. So that's why I'm actually going to sabotage myself and add more water. That's around 10 grams more. The hydration percentage of this bread initially was around 75. I've now increased it to around 85, so it's gonna be a lot more wet now. But as you can see, it's all very, very wet. And it's going to be a lot harder to actually knead it together. So I'm going to try to get it into a cohesive ball here. Or at least semi-cohesive. And I'm going to do some slap and folds. You probably see people do slap and folds. Hi, Sai, by the way. You probably see people do slap and folds when it comes to like sourdough and such. Because it's a wetter kind of dough. And kneading something like this is going to be very hard because it's going to be very sticky and just unable to really knead well together. But you still need to develop gluten or it won't be a good bread. So the best way to do it is just kind of, first of all, getting a pan. And it's simple. I don't know how to explain it other than like you stretch, fold, stretch, fold, stretch, and fold. You kind of just play with it a bit. You don't really need to do anything crazy. You don't even need it. If anything, this is just kind of easier. Now it would be a little bit different if it was bigger, because then I'd be stretching it and then slapping it down, stretch and then slap, stretch and slap. But since it's so small, it's so much easier to work with. I can kind of just play with it if it was like an accordion of a sense. So yeah, this, although it kind of looks silly and looks like I'm playing around almost,
This is also another effective way to develop gluten. So this works too. You don't always need to try and knead it down into your worktop, because if I were to knead it down right now, as you can see, it's sticking to my bowl, so it'd make a mess and make it really hard to clean. But if I do stretch and folds like this, it makes it easier to work with, and it doesn't stick as badly. But I'm also still trying to. I'm also still accomplishing my goal of developing gluten. So, if anything, my arm is just gonna get a little tired from doing this. But just essentially stretch, fold upon itself, stretch it out, fold it upon, stretch, fold. But once you get really good at it, you can kind of just do it really quickly. It's kind of a brainless way of kneading, but it's very, very easy and simple, like stretching, folding, stretching, and folding. And then you just get really fast with it. Yeah, it's really hard to show this at an angle because my camera angle sucks. But like stretching out, folding it upon itself, stretching out, folding it upon itself, and doing stuff like that. I will say though, when you do knead bread like this, it is also a lot easier to overwork your bread. And the funny thing about overworking your bread, you would think like, oh yeah, the more gluten you develop, the better your bread will be. Not always the case. You can actually destroy your gluten by working it too hard. So you gotta make sure you know when to do that. But that is kind of something that I don't know how to explain it. So anyways, same thing as our other breads here. We want to do a window pane test. And I can see through it a little bit, but it is tearing just slightly. It's hard to see when I don't have like a flashlight or anything to blow through it. But yeah. Anyways, back into the bowl. Just gonna play around with it a bit more. Don't really like working with wet breads, honestly. Like sourdough is my only exception when it comes to working with with a wet dough, but I don't know, I like sourdough. I feel it's more worth it. When it's like ciabatta or something, I just don't want to do it, and I don't feel like doing it, so. So what is your favorite thing to bake, Salty? That's hard. My favorite thing to bake. I would say sourdough, but sourdough is kind of very straightforward for me at this point, where like the fun of making it, it's still fun, but I kind of have more fun baking more challenging things. But like, I guess sourdough is my favorite thing to make, because I don't really bake much of anything else. I mean, I bake sourdough, I bake brioche, bagels, other sort of stuff like that, but I don't really think about that really too much. Trying to choose my favorite bread to bake is like trying to choose my favorite food that I like to eat. There's a lot. I like eating food, you know? Alright. So I'm checking this again. There is enough gluten development at this point. Yeah, to where we're just gonna actually fold it up into a nice little ball here. I'm gonna throw it into a container. We're gonna let that rest too. Alright. So now here's a really funny one. A funny way of developing gluten. I'm actually gonna get that bowl again. And here's what I'm gonna do. Flour. Same thing. Yeast water in the mix. I'm actually just gonna get it into a little ball here. Do nothing to it. And now I'm just gonna throw it into my container. So like, yeah, look, ooh, I just played a bit like Play-Doh. I want to get into a ball real quick. But, yeah, there we go. That's our bread. No knead, no nothing. Just like that. Okay, so. Okay, well, as you can see here, we have our 3 breads that were kneaded in 3 different ways. Technically 2, because one was not really kneaded at all. We got our normal bread, we got our wet bread, and then we got our no-knead bread. So there's that we have. But the funny thing is, when I do, these are all kneaded in a different manner, they're all gonna come out the same essentially. The same with flavor, texture, crumb quality. Really, it's all gonna be really the same. In all honesty, there's not too much of a difference. Hi Bush, welcome in, welcome in. Actually, I will say, because since these breads are kind of small and it's actually kind of hot in my kitchen right now, let's check out our first bread. You'll notice right now, with the amount of time we spent here, it is notably a lot more smooth looking. Isn't that kind of funny? Isn't it kind of strange even? Because like you would think like you need to work the heck out of it to actually develop gluten. But look, let me do the window pane test as well right now. You can actually make a very good window pane right now, and it's not tearing. It's beginning to, but I'm looking through the light right now, and I can see light through this thing. So just like that, we actually just developed enough gluten, and now that's done. It's that easy. It really is that easy. How long have we been live? Chat. Someone in chat, tell me, how long have we been live for? Because we literally just made bread. Just like that. Our bread, it's done. We did nothing. We did literally nothing with this. We needed this for like maybe 5 minutes, and now we have a loaf of bread. 27 minutes? It took 27 minutes to make 3 loaves of bread. They're not loaves, but 3 rolls of bread. And we developed the gluten just like that. There's nothing to it. Bread baking, easy. Okay, I'm gonna get something ready so we can actually start baking now. So yeah. Hi Mahler, welcome in, welcome in. Bread speedrun, any percent. Oh wait, do you guys know what tomorrow's stream is? Do you guys know what tomorrow's stream is? You guys know what tomorrow's stream is, right? We're doing a contest tomorrow. Hold on, wait, let me do a shaping of this bread, because I already showed you, like, yeah, how to actually knead it. Now I'm gonna do a simple shape, because I think it's nice to make your bread look pretty too. So as you can see, I'm actually, okay, blah, 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 blah. Wow, the ball of bread is in one small thing. So now, here's an easy way to shape it. Hold it like this, push forward, and then you kind of just use your thumb to make it into a ball. You pinch it with your left hand, pinch it together into a ball, like this, place it down straight like this. And then you want to flatten it down a bit, push one side, push the other side, push one side, push the other side. And then you kind of just keep going like that. And now I have a small little roll shape. So yeah. I'm not good at explaining things, as you can see. So you're just gonna have to try and visualize that? Or, oh wait, should I make this into a small little baguette? Maybe, not sure. Yeah, let me make a small baguette, why not? Wait, with a starting scream and saying hello to people, even less. I guess that's true, yeah. But yeah, tomorrow is a bento showdown. I'm kind of thinking, do I want to make bread tomorrow? Do I want to make bread for the bento box? I'm not going to show you my bento box because I'll show it tomorrow, because I actually do have a bento box. I used to take a bento box to a bento every single time I went to my high school for the last like few weeks before I graduated. I know it's kind of silly because I don't think anyone else really had a bento, but that is something I did have. Did do a lot. It's good. Yo, Salty's making that early bread. Yeah, I'm making that early bread, making a very silly looking baguette because it's not going to be a good one. But wow, look at that baguette. It's tubular shaped. I'll make like a mini hoagie with it, a mini sandwich. But yeah, that's one bread. Actually, you know what? I changed my mind. I want to actually... I'm shaping this to make another shape. I just want a simple roll. I want a simple hard roll, though. hard roll. There we go. That's it. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. So with all that dilly-dallying and messing around at this point, here's our wet bread. Let's check our wet bread recipe. Our wet bread, or our flap and folds. Look at that. You can see that window pane. I can see a window pane by just stretching it out. Do you see how much gluten developed? And we were just doing like this for like a good few minutes? Now look at that. We have a perfectly developed glutinous bread. Just like that. It's just so easy. It really is. But now here's the nice thing about wetter breads. It's easier to shape because, as you can see, actually, let me actually just show it a bit more better. So, get your hands wet. Since it's already wet, there's not really much of an issue. Just don't get your hands soaked, just lightly wet with water. You just kind of let gravity do its thing. You want to try and pinch it together. Pinch, push, pinch, push, pinch, push. And then you kind of get a little ball shape like this. Now the issue about shaping with a wetter dough is that it is inevitably going to flatten out. But usually for wetter doughs, you need to get something like a baton. This is unfortunately too big, so we can't use this. However, there is another way to making one. For this instance, as you can see, it's a small boy, and we got a small thing here. So, I'm gonna get a paper towel, put it in like here, and I'm just gonna make sure I dust it heavily with flour. Heavy dusting with flour. Gonna try and make sure I get this into a little ball shape again. Gonna make sure I pinch the bottom here. There we go. And now I'm gonna get my hands with a little bit of this flour. Pinch it a few more times. And then try to carefully drop it onto this floury mess here. But now we just made a little makeshift bread basket right now. See? So we just used a whole bunch of paper towel, a lot of flour, because if we don't use a lot of flour, it will stick to it. As you can see, it's kind of moving off around already, so we're fine. And this will help retain its shape. So we have that resting, and we will get to that later. And now here's the really funny thing. Remember how much kneading we did with this bread? Do you remember how much we worked with this bread? It's really funny, okay? So, I'm gonna take it out of its thing right now, and watch. I'm just gonna do some really quick air shaping with it. And like, there. That's our bread. We don't have much gluten development with it. But look, no kneading, nothing. You can see a window pane. Development has happened. There is a bit of gluten development. I did nothing with this. These two bread recipes, same exact way. Nothing changed at all. So here, I'm actually gonna do it. I'm gonna shape it the same exact way as well. I'm gonna get it into a little round here, and then I'm now going to shape it in this same way at least. So hold on, I'm actually gonna try to replicate it one to one. And although it might not look pretty in the grand scheme of it all, it is pretty much the same, kneaded the same way. Now I will admit and say something though. Even though that we have not developed enough gluten for this one, it will, although it's like we didn't do as much work with this one, they are pretty much fairly the same with structure. There is going to be a notable sense, there is going to be a notable difference when it comes to texture of this. But there we go. Do you see this? Bread. Right here, we just made some bread. Just like that. No problems whatsoever. So, yeah, I'm just gonna actually reshape it again. I wasn't happy with that shaping. And here's the funny thing about shaping. If you're bad at shaping like me, you're gonna inevitably just kind of accidentally develop gluten as you're kind of messing around with it. Yeah. So I'm just going to try and fold it upon itself, get that shape. There we go. Wow. Isn't that neat? Isn't that funny? Isn't that crazy? Isn't that silly even? So, wow. Same recipe, same everything. One does look different over the other, I will say. But you don't really need to develop gluten too much. I'm throwing this thing away. I'm actually gonna... So a funny thing, since they're so small, I'm gonna cover them in the plastic lids so they actually can proof faster. And the faster they proof, the quicker we can throw them in the oven. So yeah. I'm gonna wash my hands now. I gotta take this opportunity to do it. As long as it tastes good, I'm less bothered by how it looks. And that's like a good mentality when it comes to bread. If you want to make bread, but if you want to make good bread, you gotta care a little bit more. Like, and compare to tell you like the, I guess, idea of quality with each of these breads. The two wet breads I've made, I'm gonna put them on screen. These two wet breads are gonna be more quality, while this one is gonna be more of like a rustic homemade bread. These are gonna be more artisan quality in a sense, while this one's gonna be more home quality, I guess. They're both gonna be tasting the same, but they're gonna look differently. And if they look differently, you can sell it for more money. So yeah. If your friends were bread, what would they be? So the obvious answer here. Okay, well, not so obvious because a lot of bread, a lot of friends. So I can go for obvious racist jokes and just say, oh, we could say like, oh, Asian people are going to be milk bread. Italians are going to be focaccia. French people can be baguettes, and like so on and so on. And it's the same for some people. I think chuya might be like a nice fluffy milk bread. They seem very cozy, soft, all that sort of stuff. But Sonic is definitely not milk bread. He is not that fancy. He is just plain, normal sandwich white bread. Wonder Bread quality. Minna is very much like a soft roll sourdough. That's just really what goes off with her really well. Bush is just, I think Bush would probably be a rye bread. Something very earthy, something very, very healthy. Just because I think of Bush, I think of lettuce. And when I think of lettuce, I think of something healthy. So that's what my brain kind of leads to. Let's see. Juwon. I think Juwon would actually be like a brioche bread. But like, instead of using egg, I mean not butter, it would be like tallow or some sort of like animal product. Just to get that good protein, that good stuff. Butter is good and all, and I understand that, but protein, he's very manly, so trying to make it so like, actually wait, in that sense, maybe like a whole grain, ancient seeded, country loaf. That's probably more like what Juwon would be. Because they can be fluffy, soft on the inside, but very browny, very healthy and nutrient dense. So that might be what Juwon would be. Yeah, like a smelt bread, actually. That'd probably be Juwon. Q, I think Q would also be... Q, what would Q be? I'm trying to think about I'm trying to think about the more... okay, I don't know what the word here is. That is more politically correct. But a very Puerto Rican kind of bread. But for some reason, when I think of Puerto Rican, I still think of like tortillas. But not tortillas, I'm thinking of naan. But I'm not sure if naan is something that you would have in Puerto Rico. Like naan, that's more Indian, if anything. But I do know that they have their like stuffed bread and stuff like that. Although it's not Puerto Rico, I talked to someone at my job, I think they're from DR, and they say they eat a whole bunch of baguettes, funny enough, and garlic naan. So it's like, I think maybe Q would be like a garlic naan, I think. which is kind of funny because garlic naan is very Indian, but that's what I think he would be. Garlic naan, yeah. Well, maybe not garlic. I don't think she really gives off a very garlicky girl kind of energy. What's girl bossy? Oh, okay. A chili oil naan. There we go. Chili oil naan. That might be good. So chili oil naan. That really, I think that kind of speaks to me to what Q is. Girl boss bread. You know, it gotta be spicy, like a true girl boss. Gotta be spicy. Deceptions. It looks like a nice sweet bread, but it's actually kind of spicy. Ooh. Hi, Lung. I noticed you. May have forgotten you were doing this now. That's alright, don't worry about it. Listen, I forget sometimes my name is actually Salty. I forget my name all the time. Like, it's actually kind of sad of how often I do forget my name. Like, at my job, I forget my name is sometimes Salty, and I have to go when I talk to someone for the first time. It's like, "Hi, nice to meet you. My name is Salty," because for a moment I have to actually recall and remember what my name is, and it's even worse when I have to try and remember someone else's name. There is a person. Let's name him John for now. There is a person at my workplace that I have seen since day one, and I have learned his name, this and that. I know his name is John. But the funny thing is, there are some occasions to where I will look at them dead in the eye, look at them, and just go like, Joseph. Oh wait, no, your name is John, sorry. And it's stupid, it's annoying. There are so many times where it's just like, okay, hi. I forgot your name. It also doesn't really help that I only really see these people during, I only see them only at my job, so like, when I have to think of other things, when I go back home, I kind of almost forget everyone's name. But when I go back, then it's like, oh, your name is... I know your name. I know your name. Just give me a second. John. Hi, nice to see you again, John. I saw you yesterday, but I forgot your name. It's annoying, but it is kind of... No, it's very annoying of how often I do forget people's names. Like, I don't know why. I don't know how. I just have a really bad memory when it comes to names. But like, I'm pretty sure I've done this on stream a few times too. So where I'm talking to a friend and it's like, hey, blah 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 blah, I forgot your name. What's your name again? There's a lot of pals, friends, gamers alike that I know of, and it's like, oh, what's your name? Good example, Chuya. I had no idea what Chuya's name was. I just knew Chuya as, oh yeah, that one friend of Sonic. Sonic's friend. Sonic's friend. Sonic's friend. And it's like, oh, Chu. Her name is Chu. Oh wait, no, it's Chuya. Oh wait, Chuya's XI? So her name's XI. Wait, she changed her Discord name. Wait, who is this person? Wait, is this person's wait, who is this person that's on my Discord? I have just Zoomer dementia. I don't know why. I don't know how, but man, memory not good. Memory bad. Yeah, who the heck is Chuya? That's a good question. I don't know who Chuya is. Let me tell you though, I will say this about that name, that weird name you said. They sound like a complete nerd. LMAO, the XII is silent. It's just there for the aesthetic. Oh, so you're like back in 2008 Call of Duty lobby and you're putting XXX gamer XX in your name just for the aesthetic. Is that what it's for? Are you secretly a Call of Duty gamer? Okay, well at least you said yes. It's her clan tag. That's kind of funny. Okay, so these breads haven't exactly doubled in size, but yeah, actually no, they need longer to proof. They're actually getting bigger. Like when I took this one off of the no knead bread, it actually kind of is getting to the size of this bowl here at this point. So it is kneading, and it's kneading, well, not kneading, it is proofing, and it is proofing very quick. Come to think of it, I really should have actually made this class of Bread 101 not just about kneading, but I also should make it about proofing. You know what? Micro class for next time. We're gonna talk about proofing right now. This is a little teaser about next bread class, because we are definitely gonna do that next time. We'll talk about proofing, which is, I think, the most important thing when it comes to bread baking. Because a lot of people say, oh my god, my bread was so dent. Oh my goodness, this bread was so hard to make. I made it in 5 minutes. This is the one part of bread baking to where a lot of people fail. And it's like, if you just waited 5 more minutes, you would have had the perfect loaf of bread. The most important thing about bread baking is letting it rest. Letting your bread rest is so important because, as you can see with our no knead, it helps develop a bit more gluten, a bit more structure, so it has time to relax. That's one thing about resting. Another thing is that it gets more volume. When you get more volume, you see more bread and you have more bread to work with. So there's that. Although it's kind of weird because as it expands, it kind of makes holes, which doesn't really make your bread bigger. You don't get more bread. You just have a much more lighter, fluffier bread, which is why you want to proof. If I baked these breads right away, as soon as I was done shaping them, they would have been like rocks. They would have been dense, hard, unbearably chewy, and not a good way though. So when you let your breads rest, you let the air bubbles form from the yeast. And those air bubbles will make your bread a lot more fluffy, a lot more airy, a lot more soft, light. That's why you can get like 2 loaves of bread made the same exact way, but if one was proofed longer and one was not proofed as long, the one that was proofed longer is going to be inherently much more lighter. It's going to be more airier, and it's going to be much more pleasant to eat, while the other one is going to be more like hardtack. So resting is an extremely crucial part when it comes to baking, and also the part to where it's like a lot of people do unfortunately fail at. So there's that. Honestly thought 7 was supposed to be my lucky number, but my dumb thought it was XII, not VII. And I stuck with it. Yes, food science, yum. Oh yeah, that's like 12. Yeah, XII, that's like 12. Man, I didn't know your name. I didn't know you were 12 years old. That's crazy. I love chewing bread like bubble gum. Oh, then you must love eating dough. Oh, I actually, so here, speaking of that, it's just funny to talk about. I have a cousin who, in my early days of baking and stuff. What? Wait a minute. Why is there cheese on the wall? What the heck? There's like yellow cheese on my wall. I don't even use yellow cheese. What the? I don't know what that's from. That's weird. Yellow cheese seeping from the walls. Ugh. Alright. Cheese on the wall. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why there's cheese on my wall. And why yellow cheese? I don't eat yellow cheese. I think yellow cheese tastes too much a bit like plastic, so I don't really like using yellow cheese. Very strange. Like, it might not be cheese, but if anything, it might be egg yolk, but still. Weird. Strange. I'm actually gotta take this time. I'm actually gotta take this time to actually clean up my bowls and stuff, you know? Not like anyone else. It's not like I'm paying someone to do dishes, so I gotta do that myself. In this household, I gotta do things all on my own. What's the... Oh, that's a good question. What's the difference in using yeast and sourdough? That's a very good question. So, there is a very big difference between using the two. And there's two things that really come to mind. Speed and flavor. And texture, actually, too. So, when you use a sourdough starter, you're going to... the yeast, depending on how active it is going to usually be inherently a lot more slower than your yeasted breads and stuff. It's gonna take a lot more time for it to rise, so it's not as fast as using like an active dry yeast or a fresh yeast or anything like that. There is a bit of speed that you do lose. However, you do get a better quality of flavor. It's a little bit more healthier, even though like yeast isn't really bad for you, but it's a little healthier in some regard to where it's like it's fermented. It's fermented. It's just fermented. The flavor's better. Has lactic acids and sort of stuff like that. They'll actually make you. That's a little bit more healthy. Adds a bit more nutrition, I guess, if anything. Another thing is flavor, which is very obvious. Sour starter. It's gonna have a more inherent funky sour flavor. Not like sour as in like a lemon or citric acid, but it's gonna have like a more lacted Sorry, my sink just made a really strange sound. Gives it kind of a more fermented flavor. I don't really know how to really describe a fermented flavor too well, so you're gonna have to take my word for it and go try it out for yourself maybe. But you get an inherent more fermented flavor, and it's pretty good. It's nice. It adds a bit more depth and quality than just having a plain old slice of bread. So it adds a bit more flavor and nutritional value in that regard. And then there's also texture. Since you're using fresh yeast, you're not gonna have like a nice bubbly crusty texture, because when you get a nice bubbly crusty texture and stuff like that, that comes from an overnight proof or stuff like that. So that's why you will also see recipes make biga fermentees, poolishes, or like pre-ferment essentially, which kind of helps emulate the idea of getting that fermented sort of look on a bread. But sourdough, it's pretty much already just fermenting, developing flavor, this and that. So you get a bit more of a nice visual, rustic kind of look with a sour starter, and you don't really need to worry about making a pre-ferment because your starter is the pre-ferment. So it's like saying this yeast now is my pre-ferment. So yeah, it helps with a bit of quality, flavor, and texture, all that sort of stuff, and by me talking a whole bunch about it, nutrition. So yeah, if you ever want to eat bread, eat sourdough bread. It's healthier for you. That's not even supposed to be a joke, by the way. That's actually serious. There are studies of how sourdough bread and breads using sour starter product usually will give you a bit more of an inherent nutritional boost. Not like a huge one, granted. It's not like you're gonna eat an apple, you'll become God, or like you eat something like that. It's just like a minor little small thing, like, oh yeah, having this versus that bread is gonna be better for you. It's healthier, has more good bacteria for your stomach, and you can digest things better. I'm so good at jokes, I don't even try for them anymore. Anyways. Might as well chew on a plastic bag. I hope you're talking about bread. I'm just like bread or something. No. What do you mean by chewing on a plastic bag? Alright. So anyways, remember when I was talking about proofing and all that stuff? A good question to ask when it comes to proofing and all that such. How do you tell when something is done proofing? It's very easy actually, although it can be a little difficult if you do it too hard. But you get your hands either wet or using oil. You want to make sure that you press on a very small side. You want to get your finger and just press into your bread really quickly. if you can see there's a little dollop there. If this is called the 2/3 test. If you press into it and 2/3 of it is popped off, bounces back, you're good to go. But if it bounces back completely and there's no divot in the dough, it's not proofed enough. But with this, it looks like we have a bit more to go. However, I'm lazy, and this is not the proofing class. This is the kneading class. So I'm impatient. We're gonna start baking some breads. So let's start with our classic simple bread first. The one that's made in the most simplest and straightforward manner we can, which is just kneading. Okay, got my gloves here, and we're gonna just go on. Cast iron that I've been preheating this entire time. And let me just, what is it? We'll give this a simple scar, just one. I'm gonna try and get real deep. I want to make sure this is gonna be a nice score. You know what they say, and they being a chef that I used to work with, you want to score your bread like your ex. I've never had an ex, but I get the idea of like, you want to make sure it feels pain. Anyway, into the oven it goes. We're gonna bake it for right 12 minutes. Maybe. Oh, I'm also using this. We'll do another class to explain why I just sprayed it. But essentially all you need to know, steam. Steam makes a bread look nicer. Visuals, aesthetics. LMAO, the hearts. What hearts? It definitely won't be my hearts. I got none. Alright, well, now I gotta just start cleaning up my bowls again, so... Wobble. How do you guys feel about doing dishes and such? I'm not sure how often people... Not how often, but like... Do people actually clean their stuff during stream? When they do cooking streams and such? Because I actually have no genuine idea. There's only really one VTuber I kind of watch when it comes to like baking, cooking, whatever it may be. It's only one really. It's Oni Beauty. That Warlord Oni thing, Oni thing. They're not a person, they're a thing. That Warlord Oni that turns to a nice cook chef thing and they live in Japan now, like that one. Yeah, I watch her on occasion, but I don't really ever notice her cleaning up her dishes or cleaning up as she goes. So that's something I kind of wonder, like, does she actually clean her dishes, or does she do that all at the end of streams and such? I imagine just due to how her setup probably is, because from my understanding, her setup is not at her kitchen. I'm a psychopath, I am. Mine is at my kitchen. But their sink is probably not close to them, so I imagine they either have someone like Oni Bro to clean up for them, or they just don't clean up and like clean up at the end of the stream. I mean, to my knowledge and what I've heard, she doesn't shower at all, and I can't imagine that. How can you not shower? Like, showers just feel good too. Like, sitting under the shower, just having the water hit your face, and just like, maybe you want to just sit in the shower one day too, and just like, sit in the shower, think about life, think about like how the inclining environment of how everything is turning a lot more hostile, and how everyone's at each other's throats and wants everyone dead. The political environment's getting crazy. The natural environment is burning and melting at the seams. But the housing market's going crazy. You ever just sit in the shower and think about all these things? Because
I don't actually. I'm just saying this for content. I hope I gave you existential dread, though. That's kind of the point of why I said all that such. It's funny. The sink ruins your audio. I hear dishes, and I immediately hear... And I immediately hate what you just said. Then have you tried not hating? Have you tried not being a hater, I guess? I don't know. You know, if there's something... I'm just thinking about it now, just holding on to my razor here. You know, the emo phases, I guess, for some, but... I'm thinking about... I need to buy, like, an actual, like, professional lame, or lame. I don't know how to say it, I'm not French. But getting a professional razor would be kind of nice, because from what I know, it actually gets a better cut. So there's that. I've never used a good lame before. I've only spent like $10 on a lame. But I do want to get a good lame one day. You know how like good chefs have good knives? I think good bakers will have good lames. But I'm not a good baker yet because I don't have a good lame. So something I need to get. Maybe I should put that on my throne saying like, hey, can you spend $20 on this razor on a stick for me? That'd be great. Well, back to doing dishes at least. I still have one more thing to clean for now, and that's just a bowl. So let's talk about tomorrow, though, because you know what tomorrow is? That bento contest thing? So, I need your honest opinion now. I need everyone's honest opinion, because as much as I don't want to flaunt, I will say that I think I know how to cook a little bit more than Mippy. So the question is, do I want to go all out, go Michelin star quality, try and make the most beautiful, decadent looking meal I can? Or do I want to be humble and make something simple, delicious, cute, and all that sort of stuff in between? Or should I go in between that, make it nice, high quality, and make it cute at the same time? What should I do? Because I don't want to make it look mean, but I do want to do something good. But also I don't want to do something too good, because I feel like I would intimidate Nip, and I don't want to intimidate her. I want to cook. I want to cook. Let me cook. Make something new. Say group. Kidding? Gee, I don't know what you've said. Kidding. But honestly, just do what you want to do. I mean, if I do what I want to do, then I'm not sure what to do, honestly. I kind of want to do something, like, traditional, but also, like, more elevated. Like, I think I have shrimp. Let me see if I have shrimp. Oh, I do have shrimp. Okay. So, I want to do, like, a nice shrimp tempura. Like, a traditional, good shrimp tempura. Maybe, like, a potato salad as well. That'd be kind of nice. A small little potato salad. Handmade, homemade, Japanese-style mayonnaise. Maybe a bit of rice. I got nori, so I can do like a rice polar bear or something like that. Or maybe I can do a tempura shrimp roll. Ooh, I could do that. A tempura shrimp roll would be really cool. So I could do that. I could make gimbap, carrot sticks, apple bunnies, stuff like that. Make it cute. An egg and a rolled egg omelet. I could do that as well. I'm trying to think, like, there's so much I know I can do, and I don't know if I want to do everything, or I definitely want to see if I can make some, like,
I don't know. There's a lot I can do, so. It's not sending. What? What's not sending? Uh-oh, Chuya has the crappy internet. Whatever shall you do? Skill issue. L plus ratio plus all this stuff. Hi, Eldritch. Oh, wow, you moved back onto YouTube? My man. Thank you. I don't think so. Do you said something bad? I don't think so. I don't know if YouTube has auto mod. I think YouTube does have auto mod. But I don't see anything. I think there might be an auto mod. I'm not sure. I don't know what you're saying, Chuya. Actually, Chuya, do the funny bit for me so I don't have to do it for everyone else. Can you send me a DM on Discord so we can scare everyone real quick? That would be really funny. Can you just do that really quick? Don't even. Come on, Chuya. I know you want to do it. You want to do it so badly. Yeah! Just... Alright. That's me, chat. That's not you. Oh, you don't hear it? Oh, wait. What do you mean you don't hear it? Do you not hear the sounds? It's picking up. The audio is picking up. Chia, do it one more time. Oh, look at that. It's picking up on my side. Yippee. Yippee. Okay, no, stop. Stop. No, stop. Stop. Okay, thank you. Okay, so what was the text you were trying? What was the message you were trying to send in chat? Oh, now I did. Yeah, Chuya, what were you trying to send to me? Chuya, hit them with the funny sound. Destroy them. Oh, well, now I saw it, yeah. It's weird that if it did auto-mod you to that, that's kind of strange. I don't know why it would auto-mod in that regard. I know myself, and I say some more heinous things than just destroy, so... Yeah, I didn't see it, but yeah. I see the Discord. Maybe it's just YouTube chat being strange. You know how YouTube streaming can be a little weird, a little buggy at times as well. You know how YouTube is, trying to be everything, everywhere at once. Whoa, that was a lot of words. Alright, let me take a little quick look-see at our bread here. Definitely looks good. I'm gonna let it go a little longer though. Alright. It only needs like 5 more minutes though, so we're gonna let that bread go for 5 minutes. Yeah, I'm trying to think now, because now I'm gonna have 3 rolls of bread. I'm trying to think what I'm gonna do with them now. Do I have self-baked sandwiches? Bacon, lettuce, no tomato. Oh, corn tempura! I'm thinking about like tomorrow again. Corn tempura would be kind of nice. Ooh, that would be so tasty. And it's really good sweet corn too. Because at my job, we had a whole, we had like a good 50 pounds extra corn. And I was like, hey, can I take 2 things of corn home? And they gave it to me, and I'm like, this is so good corn. It's so sweet. It's so good. I want to make a chowder with it, so there's that, but I digress. Oh, it sends me one. Oh, you heard them, Chuya. Chuya, send me a Discord chat right now. They want a Discord. They want one singular Discord ping. Thank you. Thank you. I'm so happy that I have a Discord ping ability right in the palm of my hand. I can use this ping whenever I want to. Dude, yeah, give me 5 more pings real quick. Give me 5. I would like 5 pings real quick. 1, 2, 3. You're missing 2 more. I need 2 more. Okay, 1 more. There we go. 5 pings. Apparently he pinged so hard that he actually knocked down my phone. That's kind of funny. That's why I kind of just got really close for a moment there. You destroyed my phone. It fell over. You killed my phone. How dare you? Okay. Let me check on this bread again. Ah, okay, that's pretty good. Oh, here we are. That's our bread. That's our loaf right here. 1 boy. 1 down, 2 more to go. And I'm just gonna do them both at the same time, because I can. And you can't stop me, so... Uh-oh. I don't think I added enough. Uh-oh. I didn't add enough flour. No! No! I didn't add enough flour. No! Well, that sucks. Hey, do you guys want a little bit of bread with your paper? A little paper with your bread? Aw. Hold on, wait. I can fix this. Yeah, see? I didn't add enough flour on all the whole dough, so it kind of just glopped. Oh well. Well, you get the idea. Blah. Oh well. I hate to waste dough like that, but there's no saving it, unfortunately. Just don't be like me and just get 1 little pocket of flour. You want to flour the entire thing. Unfortunately, my laziness has come at a price. A price of bread, so... Well, it's more important that we get the no-knead bread. The no-knead versus some-knead is going to be a bit more of a drastic look. So I'd rather have the other one sacrificed than this one. Alright. Same ordeal though, nothing crazy. We're just gonna let it go for 15 minutes. Okay, well, I can get rid of my razor now. And, I don't know, maybe I'll make an egg sandwich or something like that. Where's my towel? I had a towel. Actually, what happened to my towel? Oh, it's behind me. So, here's the bread. It's, you know, bread. There's not really much to comment on it. Nice little bread. Here. You can hear the tapping. And it looks nice and smooth. It looks very cute. Very like a nice, simple, small roll. Very nice, very simple. And it looks like how a bread should look. Or at least a roll. So, I'm gonna go sit down. I'm gonna go sit down somewhere.
scanning. Stop. Okay. Back bacon. One person now. A few more to go. But how far can we throw this? If there wasn't so many balls in the way and I had to throw it outside, I'd probably throw it probably a good 2 yards, you know. I'm pretty good at throwing like balls, baseballs, all that fun stuff. I can throw things pretty good, but I can imagine I can throw this at least maybe like a quarter of a block. I'd probably throw that. Maybe. Yeah, I love this part about cooking. Sitting down, waiting, patient, to see if something comes out correctly. My favorite part was oh wow, okay, my Discord got these little messages. Wow. Yeah, you just made 3 pieces of bread. Well, you could have made 3. Oh wait, wait, I'm back here. I forgot. We're all the way over there. Okay, there you go. Now you're back. Sorry. How far can you throw it? Alright, so let me actually say it again in case you didn't pick it up. I could probably throw bread around a fourth of a block away. I'm pretty good at throwing stuff, so throwing it a fourth of a block away, I could probably do. It's okay, I heard most of it. Okay, I imagine you heard the more important part then. Good. Anyways, yeah. Bread. I hope this is a good bit of encouragement though, because this didn't take any time at all. This was very easy. This was very simple. I think I at least proved my point of like, yeah, making bread is easy. Like I didn't really put my heart into this as well. Like I put as much heart as I can into a lot of things, but I will admit and go and say that with I will admit with how how simple this bread was. Like anyone can do it. It's very straightforward. I'm just now gonna go on Twitter. Excuse me as I go on Twitter. Ah, yes. Let me go on the Twitters. I was gonna say something, I forgot what it was. Oh, no, if there is something I guess I should do. Let's do some freelance research right now. Not freelance, let's do some research right now. Alright, hold on. Do I have a smart board here? I don't have a smart board. Hold on. Let me get a smart board real quick. Okay, I got a board now. I should have a smart board. It should come down at this point. There it is. Alright, there we go. Smart board acquired. there. Alright. Turn on Opera. Alright. Bento box. So let's take a little look-see around here. What kind of things could we make? A salmon salad by looks of it on rice. That sounds good. Some marinated meat with rice and like a nori roll. Okay. Shrimp. Oh, like shrimp cocktail. That'd be kind of nice though. The panda bear head is kind of cute. Egg. Oh, this is kind of cute. I like that. Onigiri would be fun. Kind of like to make onigiri. And a wrap? That's... Lots of ideas so far. Shrimp, corn, palm. I kind of do want to make like a very nice, what is it? Japanese kind of stylized, authentic, traditional looking thing. I see a little hamburger steak right there too. Hamburger steak. Umeboshi? I think that is right here. Right here, that might be umeboshi. Oh, you can't see the full thing here. There you go. I do want to do this little thing right here. It's a simple novelty, but it's a carrot. It's an apple bunny. Let's see. Oh, I see lotus fruit. Oh, these are cute. Ooh, wait, little like sushi, like little rice balls like that. Oh, that'd be fun. Rice balls, tempura. Oh, Joshua Weissman, salmon, rice. Ooh, very nice. Charred broccoli would be nice. Katsu. Ooh, spaghetti and lemon. Ooh, spring rolls. Oh, spring rolls would be really good. Spam? So hot dogs, but spam. I have spam. Hot dog heads. That'd be nice, but no. Watermelon salads. There's a lot of good ideas here. I do try and want to make something that looks pretty and just like tasty. I definitely want to do an egg omelet. I do want to do a rolled omelet, and I of course have to do rice. You have to do rice for something like this. Maybe a nice little salad, fried food. I do want to do rice rolls. Those are cute. Those are extremely cute. Cute. So, shrimp tempura would be nice, but I'm not so sure if I want to do a shrimp tempura roll or shrimp. Edamame? I might have to go do shopping after stream today, but because I know if I try and do the shopping tomorrow, I just won't have enough time to set up stream, and I'll just be more scuffed than I usually am. So I would like to probably go today. The ideal meal, Joshua Weissman. Oh my god. Oh, making like a breakfast wrap, and I can make the tortillas myself. That'd be kind of nice. Yeah, I'm just looking at all these like things though. They're so cute. Lovely. And having a bit of salmon is kind of nice as well. I'm just getting hungry. I had breakfast. I had a nice breakfast of like some rice and egg, but seeing all this good food at my face right now, it's like I want it so badly. Also, I'm gonna really quickly just go to the oven real quick. I need to go smoke the bread. Alright, on the bright side, the bread is almost done, so we have that to look forward to. we have 4 minutes on that. So after that, we can actually do the comparison. So that'll be fun. Wait a minute, I just realized what this says. 18 easy bento box lunches for the ultimate girl boss. Where's Q? Is this girl boss enough? Is this food right here enough girl boss? It's kind of oddly coincidental. Girl boss energy, I guess. I don't really know what makes it so girl bossy. Like tomatoes, asparagus, some really sad looking salmon, honestly, like steamed salmon, egg, rice. I'm a part-time girl boss. Yes, I approve. Carrot stars. All right. Okay. Well, I take your word for it. You are part-time. Wait. I'm interested in now. A girl boss bento box. Wow, this is actually a thing. 18 easy bento box lunches for the ultimate girl boss. Is that girl bossy? That looks apparent. That's apparently girl bossy. Some nuts, raspberries, shredded chicken, corn, beans, pico de gallo. That's for kids. That's just a bag that says girl boss gatekeep gaslight. Yeah, sure. Oh, okay, that's not girl boss, but it says ideal lunch for kids. I would eat that. That's fun. That's cute. Look at that. It's cute. I hope you're not calling this cringe, Julia. If you're calling this cringe, you're no longer my girl boss, and I'm gonna have to kick your shins in. Oh, that boiled egg would be nice too. Yeah, there's a lot of good food. Pitbull is the ultimate girl boss. I mean, the other bag-looking ones. Ah, okay. I kind of forget that's not rice, but like you can kind of make sandwiches or like wraps in a way with rice and seaweed wrap. I forgot that is a way to make sandwiches. So, well, not sandwiches in the traditional sense, but it's still kind of sandwich-esque, you know? Like putting it looks like pickled daikon, some lettuce, chicken, carrot shreds, almost like banh mi or such. I'm really good at compartmentalizing. That's a big word there. Yeah, there's not much girl boss in here, so I'm not gonna look too much into this. Back to the normal bento boxes, because the other bento boxes are so much better. Here, I want to look up cute bento boxes. Actually, know what? I don't, because actually, that was me, chat. That was me. We're gonna go back to the breading. So let me move stuff around. Okay. And here we are, the other one. Here is the no-knead bread. So, just by visuals alone, not talking about shaping. We're not going to talk about shaping because I don't feel like talking about it. You can't make me talk about it. Visuals alone. Can you tell the difference? Can you tell one was needed and one wasn't? Can you tell the difference, really? Because honestly, I can say yes. But if I gave this to a normal person, they're going to be like, oh, they're the same kind of roll. They're the same kind of thing. Because they are the same thing. They're baked pretty much the same way, same recipe. One was not needed, one was. So, like, look at this and tell me that they don't look alike, though.
So, that being said though, it matters less on how something looks, but it more matters on how they taste, texture, all that sort of stuff. I already know the answer to this, and I'm going to tell you the answer that they're both going to be the same. But I might as well just try to push my point, you know? Wow, it pulls apart like normal bread, would you believe it? Nice, hot, warm rolls like this. A little bit of nice, cold butter. Let me tell you, it's a good roll. It's funny. It's just a good roll. Chewy, not dense, light. Not. I could probably prep it a little longer, and it would have been better. But it's a simple loaf of bread. A nice, simple, humble loaf of bread, or roll in this sense. Can't be a nice warm roll right out of the oven though. But yeah, there's not much of a difference with that. It tastes like, would you believe me when I say it? It tastes like bread. So I'm also gonna just not wait about this for this one. And just open into this. Wow. But I guess now I gotta focus on texture now. So let me focus on how maybe this might be different. Going to be, but I'm doing it for dramatic effect. So, let's see how this tastes in comparison to the other one. Man, this doesn't taste like bread. This tastes like bread. Okay. So I will actually go on and say, I lied to y'all. In the sense of like bread. This is bread. But if there is something that is notable about doing no kneads versus kneaded bread, is that this bread right here is a lot more soft. Not soft, it's a lot more crusty. With this bread, it's a lot more chewy, as you can see of like normal breads. But that is because you develop gluten, and when you get gluten, you get it more chewy because it's more stretchy. There's not much stretch. I can pretty much tear this bread without any worry. It's more like a biscuit, more or less. So, I actually lied to you all. They are both bread. Texture, they're both the same in some regards. They both taste like bread any way you stretch and pull at it. However, this is more like a biscuit texture, while the other one is more like a bread texture. However, does not discount on that they both taste the same. Yeah, they're both the same thing. Either way around it. They both taste the same. One inherently has more chew, because that's what happens when you develop gluten. When you develop more gluten, it becomes chewier. And when you don't need bread, it's a lot more crusty and just breaks apart more easily. Here, let me just show you how easy it is to break this apart. That was very easy. I didn't really have to stretch too much. But with this, I did actually have to put a little bit more muscle strength into that. I don't have a lot of it, but still. I still had to put a slight notable amount more pressure in stretching that out. Man, this is some good bread though. I'm just saying, if you want my opinion, which really does matter in this sense, I don't like this one. I don't really like no-kneads breads. Because it's more biscuit-like. It's not a problem, but I kind of do like chewing a bit more. So, I like something a little bit of chew. I like a little fluffiness and softness and stuff like that. But I want to eat bread because it's bread. If I want to eat a biscuit, I would have made a biscuit. So, wow. There you go. That's your class for today, everyone. That is your class. Oh, I'm gonna move this back. So yeah, there you go. That's your bread class for the day, everyone. Making bread is easy. Kneading is kind of important. It just depends on what you're making and what you want to make for yourself. So now, if anything, I hope with that insight, you actually can probably a bit more easier time to make bread now. Because the thing about making bread is very easy. It just depends on what you want and how much work you have to put into it to get the thing you want. Like for me, I don't really care. So either of those breads are good for me. I don't mind if I make this bread. I don't mind if I make bread that way. If it tastes good and it's gonna be good with butter, or if I'm gonna be using it for a sandwich, it really doesn't matter. It all really depends on what you're going to use that bread for. Like the bread that I use for that had more chew and stuff, I would use that more for a sandwich because it wouldn't break apart and fall. It wouldn't like fall apart and stuff. If I use the other one that has no knead, it would probably like crumble and stuff like that, like a biscuit. It wouldn't be really good for a sandwich. However, the one that was for a biscuit is just good snacking bread. It's just good to eat by itself with some warm butter, or maybe even doing garlic bread and stuff. The crusty, the fall apart bread is more good by itself, while the bread is going to be more as a vessel for other things. So keep that in mind if you ever make bread and you want to try and make bread on your own. But yeah, that's stream today. There's nothing really much more to talk about. I talked about my whole shtick. I hope you all learned a little bit of thing or two. So yeah, we're ending stream for the day. Let's go see. Who can we go raid? You know what? We're gonna go raid Mippy. Because since we're gonna go raid her tomorrow, we're gonna be maybe collabing with her tomorrow. We might as raid her today. Might be fun. So, thank you all for tuning into this really quick stream today. I hope you have a good rest of your morning, night, evening, or afternoon you may be. I am going to go shopping. And I gotta get ready for tomorrow. So, thank you for tuning in. I hope you have a good rest of your day. And I will see you around tomorrow when we do our collab competition with MIP tomorrow. Alright, I'm gonna go. You guys have a good one. Otsukichi, everyone, and ciao. Bye-bye.